Hi, I'm Linda Ann Smith McIntosh. This is a video hop. Each channel will have a giveaway video, and it's sponsored by Studio ABC, my Facebook group. I cut this starfish from a scrap of styrofoam that I had and sanded it down a bit to get some shape. I've never actually used the primary elements in my pours before, so I'm going to be using lemon drop, apple blossom. I also have burnt umber, but I'm not absolutely sure I'm going to use that on the starfish. So the process is that you put some of this powder. I've got these neat little teaspoons. They're not really teaspoons, they're teeny tiny spoons. So I'll spoon in some of the pigment of each color that I'm going to use into the little cups. The white substance you see in the bottom of the cup is the clear, transparent, Vivid Ultra Enamel medium. And you mix that with primary elements to make custom colors. The reason I'm not completely sure about this burnt umber is I think it's more of a cool color, and I want warm colors on my starfish and cool colors in the background. When you get all the colors in, just give it a good stir to mix it all up. I'm also going to use Emperor's Gold. I think I'll just lay that starfish on top of the canvas and pour over it. Let's see what happens. Let's pour a little of this. I actually poured some colors together. Let's pour this over the starfish. This is my apple blossom and my Emperor's Gold. Not sure what I should do with this because it is a peculiar shape. I kind of halfway gave up on the pour method on the styrofoam. It just doesn't work as well as I thought. And I'm using a brush to just dab the paint on that fell off on the sides. You might wonder why I'm doing this on top of a canvas, and the reason is I try to conserve all the paint I can, and I can always start this as an abstract. Whatever happens in the background happens. I added a little more of the apple blossom, and now I'm going to use the lemon drop. And I'll tilt the canvas to get some runs going here on the starfish. I'm getting some nice little bonus drips all over this canvas as I twirl it around. The starfish is covered, and I'm going to lift it off of my canvas and use the rest of this paint on the canvas. I'm not sure it's the canvas I'm going to use with the starfish. I like to work on several canvases at one time. So I'm just emptying all the extra paint that went on the starfish, and then I'll swirl this around to see what happens. I also decided to use that burnt umber color on the canvas because I didn't use it on the starfish. I'm going to fast forward here for you. You know, in looking back at this, I sort of wish I'd left the burnt umber off of it because I really like the way it looks right there. And when I added the burnt umber, it changed it, but that's okay because I continue working until I get something I like anyway. I just put layer after layer on. This is a pour that I have done in the past. It wasn't as effective as I wanted, so I'm going to use it as a background today. I won't bore you with showing you how I mix all these, but I'm mixing the Vivid Ultra Metallics True Silver with some Floetrol that I got at the hardware store. I spend a lot of time at the hardware, and I'm very lucky because my studio is located 3 doors from the hardware store. Floetrol will mix with the paint and make it easier to flow, but I'll also add some other ingredients to it. A little bit of water. I'm going to try a little silicone in some of the colors, but I'm not going to put it in all. And I'll give it a bit of a mix. I have all my cool colors mixed now. I used African Jade, and I chose African Jade, True Silver, Snapdragon, and Blue Bayou. And a bit of paint that I had from the hardware store, a bluish aqua color. So if you pour the paints together before you put it on the canvas, it's called a dirty pour. There's nothing dirty about these colors. They're really beautiful, but this is a dirty pour. So I'm pouring together different colors, one then the other, then another again, the same colors, until I get it all mixed up into one cup. You already know that I like to work on multiple projects at a time, so I'm going to put this board down inside the tub that's going to catch the paint, and this board will catch whatever runs off of the canvas. I usually end up ruining my manicure, but this time I'm going to put on rubber gloves to cover my hands so that it won't get all in my jewelry and on my hands. Ready, set, go. Pour that Dirty pour? I told you it wasn't dirty. Couldn't we call it mixed pour or multi-pour or something a little cleaner? It does get dirty, I guess, when you get it all over your hands and have to clean it off. Now, this hadn't gone on the board yet, but it will in a few minutes. Something else that I don't see that's absolutely necessary in a pour is all the fuss about the cells. The cells are beautiful, but you don't always want that when you do a pour. I'm hoping to get some because I put it in the silver and in one other color, but I don't want a whole lot of cells in this because I want it to look oceany, like an oceany background. Oceany sounds like a mixed up, made up word, but I looked it up in the dictionary. It's for real. If there doesn't seem to be enough paint to really cover the canvas, you can always add more, and that's what I did here. And if it's not going all around the edges on the sides, you can use your fingers or a brush and coax it to go that way. I'd like to stress that just because you see somebody doing something one way doesn't mean that you can't try something new on your canvas. So I'm just, some people don't touch it with a brush or fingers, they just let it run. But I kind of want to cover this whole thing, so I'm using my fingers. I think some of the popularity of pours is not only the results that you get, but it's so mesmerizing to watch it flow and run into each other, and it's just kind of an artist's dream to see these colors blend. The more I play with it, the more I want to play with it, so I'm adding a darker color in. And I'm just going to keep pouring paint on until I get something that I like. Look at how it's looking under here too. That's pretty cool, just like it is, even if I don't tilt the board that's underneath later. But I probably will, because I'll want to see those colors run together. One of the interesting things about acrylic pours is that when you walk away from it, you think you're done. But the painting's not always done. And it continues to flow, and even if you keep it level, sometimes things rise to the surface that you hadn't expected. So when you go back and it's dry, it may look different from the way it did when you walked away. At some point you have to stop, so I'm going to put this aside for a little bit while I work on the board that's underneath, tilting it and twirling it around. So here we go. My art students are well trained now. They know that when they have leftover paint, instead of pouring it down the sink and stopping up the sink, they're supposed to pour it on a canvas, and then I turn it into some kind of an abstract, not always abstract, but usually some kind of an abstract painting. And they're always excited to come back and see what I've done with it. So that's I'm doing the same thing here with leftover paint. I'm not finished yet, but let me remind you that this is a video hop that's coming to you from Studio ABC, spelled S-E-E, Facebook group. And if you're in my Facebook group and you would like to make videos with us, just let me know. Send me a message. Let me know that you'd like to be included in the next hop. Each channel that's participating in this hop is giving away something on their channel. I'll be giving away some primary elements from color art. Don't forget when you finish watching to comment below, because that's an automatic entry into the giveaway. So do that on each channel. Complete contest rules are in the description box below. So click on Show More to see all the contest rules, and then click on that first link in the description box to travel to the next artist. If for some reason that link happens to become broken, simply go to the second link on the list, and you'll travel all the way through the entire hop. I'm going to touch up some seashells that I have here with some of the True Silver Vivid Ultra Metallic. I'll paint a few different kinds, and then I'll arrange them on the canvas and see what I want to keep. I believe I mixed my silicone too vigorously with the paint. The cells that I got are very small. So let's try the Starfish and see how it looks on here. You know what? I don't care for it here. I don't really like it on this canvas. So I think I'm going to work with the seashells only. I definitely want to play with the movement of the canvas. There's so much flowing movement on here. And I'm using some of the seashells are white, some of them are the silver that I colored really think, as I look at it, that I don't want that one. I want just these little, I don't know what these are called. Somebody tell me what these are called. You find them all over the ocean everywhere you go. Unfortunately, there's no oceans near Oklahoma, so I had to go to Hobby Lobby. But let's play with them around and see how they look. I'm going to try several different approaches to how I want to arrange these, including, I think I'll just pick them up and toss them. Okay, I'm not crazy about that arrangement. Let's try it again. Okay, so much for that idea. I don't like that either. They're too scattered. So let me play with these a little bit. See how I like them. I want to create movement and center of interest. Reminding you that center of interest does not mean put it in the center. I prefer the term focal point because when I say center of interest, my students want to put everything right in the center of the page. And most good compositions have it off to the side, the rule of thirds, if you will. If you don't know about that, look up the golden ratio. The rule of thirds, the golden ratio, is often used in compositions and in photography. And it will show you, like if you had a tic-tac-toe board where those places cross, where those lines cross, that usually makes a good area for a center of interest. Okay, I find that a satisfying arrangement, so I'm just going to put a little dot for the approximate placement. I'm not even going to worry about whether I get the same seashells back in the same place or not. I'm going to use E6000 because it's a good strong glue and I want this to stay on my canvas when I place the seashells on there. Also, I was thinking about, how am I going to keep it from showing, because it'll be a clear area if I leak out the glue, then there's going to be a shiny area. So I'm not going to worry about it at all. I'm going to use this as part of the texture over the water, not only to glue on my seashells, but to create an extra layer of texture. In turn, it's going to create an extra layer of movement. I'd like to say thank you to Anne-Marie Ritterhoff, who has a wonderful channel out there. She does pours and she does a delightful job. You can learn a lot from her. She is our guest video hopper today. And I'd also like to say thank you to Leslie Onstad of ColorArt.com. Leslie graciously offered products from her company for this hop to each of the hoppers. And Leslie's making some beautiful pours. She is also one of the channels participating. The other channels that are participating in this video hop include Michelle Simons. Michelle is invaluable in our group, our Facebook group, Studio ABC, as an administrator. She's creative and she comes up with wonderful things to do in there. I just love her. And I got to meet her in person this summer. You know those crazy TV commercials that say, "But wait, there's more"? Well, wait, there's more. Don't miss the channels including Amanda Yeats, Andrea Mercé, Ina Salisbury, Barbara Rankin, Andrea Kidman, that she goes by Kidman Design, Andrea Kidman, Cindy Porter, and Lisa Cornelius. Make sure that you comment on each channel and give everybody a thumbs up. Hopefully you'll win some of the products and things that they're giving away. I can't wait to see all the videos and see exactly what's being offered. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to wish I were eligible. If you haven't already done so, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, and also if you haven't done so, go in and join my Facebook group. It's called Studio ABC, spelled S-E-E. Thank you so much for watching.